They say that how you spend your days is how you spend your life. My dream is to live a creative life, so this week I challenged myself to do a creative activity each day. Here's what I did, and most importantly, here's what I learned. For the first day of the creative challenge, I had half an hour or so before my family came over, and in this short time, I knew I wanted to pull out the notebook, pull out my pencils, and start working on this little book I have for my daughter. Basically, I want to make a little book for my 2-year-old all about fairies who live in the tree and are having little adventures. I am not a book writer, I am not a drawer, but I spent some time and I came up with a character and with a name, and I loved every single moment of it. And I'm not Picasso, but I have to say, these came out cute. On the second day of the creative challenge, I wanted to be in the kitchen. So I looked in my cupboards, I found the ingredients, found a recipe online, and I was like, let's give it a go. This was for a raspberry and custard bun, which sounded so intriguing to me, and I was curious about how it all comes together and the taste. So I set to work, and as soon as I started putting the ingredients together, I just felt this just wave of peace flow over me. I was just in the zone, and I have to say, being in the kitchen is just magical for me. If I had a coffee shop, I would 100% sell these, because they would sell. People would come into my coffee shop and be like, what is that? And I'll be like, this is a custard and raspberry bun. Would you like one? And they'd be like, yes. And that's how it would go down, because these are delicious. Honestly, this morning I woke up and I wanted to be really, really lazy. I didn't want to do the whole creativity thing. And then I was like, just give it a go, you lazy butt. So I came into the kitchen and I started putting the ingredients together, put some music on. All of a sudden, I was in the zone. I was doing things. I was making things. I was feeling the peace of the Lord upon my life. And this is a testament to the fact that sometimes you don't need motivation. You just need discipline. Thank the Lord I had some discipline to get this done, because I have no regrets. I feel good, and I have a whole tray of goodies for me. I could eat this by myself and no one would know, but I'm gonna save some for my family too. Anyways, this is a reminder, man. Just get on with it. Don't wait to feel like it, because you might not feel like it for a really long time. Just get on with it and the feelings will come. This was Wednesday evening. I had a whole day of looking after my daughter. We had play dates. I was tired. I was exhausted, but I tidied my space. I made a cup of tea, because cups of teas are just good for the soul. And I was like, I need something easy. I can't be cutting fabric or doing anything crazy. So I decided that the guitar was my instrument of choice for the evening. I picked it up, and the candles, the coziness, the guitar was all just such a powerful combination for just peace bringing. I felt so content to just be playing randomly. Thursday, man. Thursday. This is the 4th day of the creative challenge. And let me tell you, I was a little undecided. I didn't know what to do. I wanted to work on my pattern. I wanted to do other things. But then all of a sudden I was like, I'm going to make a bag. So I pulled up this fabric I have from an old project. And I didn't want a pattern, I didn't want instructions, I didn't want a tutorial. I wanted to do my own thing. I wanted to make a bag that was in my head. So this is what it was looking like, and I was quite happy with it. And this was a reminder that I long for projects that feel like play and that feel like it's about freedom, it's about experimenting, it's about just having a go rather than it's about following step-by-step tutorials. I just loved the freedom on this day. There's someone walking behind me and I'm always so nervous to vlog in public. But there you go, they've passed. I have not died, it's all good. Literally, why am I so nervous talking? Okay, so so the plan is for me to work on my bag this evening, but the weather is too beautiful, so I decided to come outside and just enjoy a walk I've done hundreds of times and challenge myself creatively to capture it. So here we go. I live in quite a little quirky town and it is pretty. It is very easy to film and very easy to capture. So this wasn't necessarily a big challenge, but it was just about picking up my camera, going for a walk in the sunshine and enjoying myself and seeing how I can frame things. And look at me frolicking like I'm a young lady, which I am. It was such a lovely evening and it was just about giving myself permission to enjoy myself, because I think that's what creativity is oftentimes. It's about giving yourself permission to do something silly and enjoy yourself. And this is day 6 of the creative challenge, and we were at home. It was me, my husband, and my 2-year-old. And initially I was like, I don't know what to do for this day, but I had this idea to turn my bag into a quilted bag because I felt like it needed more oomph, more texture, more volume. So I went to the local store and I picked up my fabric, and just before lunchtime I decided I was just gonna cut it with everyone around, and my husband was very helpful and he filmed me, and my daughter found this whole thing so exciting. She thought the batting was snow so she was jumping on snow and I was explaining to her what I was making, and it was just such a wholesome little family moment, and I've learned so much about creating with your family around you, which I'll share a little later. And once we had lunch as a family and once we put our daughter down for a little nap, I stepped into my office and I spent some time, about an hour or so, hand stitching the bottom of the bag, because I want the bag to be a quilted beach bag, like a hand quilted beach bag. So I was like, okay, let's get on with it. And there's something about hand stitching, I tell you, makes me so relaxed, makes me so like I'm having a good time, makes me feel like a little grandma, but also just makes me feel like the artist within is coming out to play. And I loved this afternoon. And Sunday was spent editing this video, which was day 7 of this creative challenge. Okie dokie. I didn't want to finish this video without, I don't know, having a little chit chat, because I feel it's important. I feel it's important because I have a few things that I'd like to share, and face-to-face sometimes works best, I've learned. On Sunday night, I was journaling and I had the idea of creating this video, creating this challenge for myself. Let's do something artistic, something creative for 7 days next week. And I said to myself, okay, yes, my brain really likes creative challenges. It just feels exciting for my brain to have a challenge in life. So I was on board. But little did I expect that this week was going to teach me so much, and I wanted to share that with you. I wanted to share some things I've really taken away from this week. The first one is that oftentimes we think that for creativity we need motivation and inspiration, but I would argue that for creativity and for creative people we need discipline a lot more than motivation and inspiration. Oftentimes the inspiration is there, but we don't have the discipline to be like, I'm gonna do it. I'm actually gonna do it. And actually, I've given up on motivation. I'm gonna just push myself to do it, force myself to do it, and start. I'm gonna force myself to start for 10 minutes and see if I get in the flow. Because 9 times out of 10, I will get in the flow. I just need to start. And discipline will get me started, and discipline will make me a more successful creative person. I truly, truly believe that after this week. The other thing I've learned is to not bypass the short pockets of times I have for creating. In my mind, I dream of days where I get to sew and days where I get to paint, and I need to let go of that. And I need to accept that right now in this journey of motherhood, that might not come around for years. And I need to appreciate the lunch breaks and the evenings and the 10 minutes here and the 20 minutes there. And I need to bag those and use them for creativity. And I need to stop wishing for better days, more convenient days to roll around. Because, I don't want to waste my time wishing for those days. What else? I learned that mom guilt just needs to go away. I've often felt so guilty about just taking time for myself and doing things for myself, which would take me away from my child. But on Saturday, when I was cutting up my batting and my child was with me and she was interacting in the play, I thought of something. I need to set an example for my child. My child needs to see me doing things like hobbies and pursuing passions and interests, and she needs to actively watch me do it and watch me enjoying it. I can't just go hiding. I can't just wait for her to go to sleep and for her to be away from me to finally open up the thing I'm working on. I think moving forward, I need to let her be a witness of my creativity if I hope to inspire her in her own creative journey. If I hope to be a role model for her. And then the other thing I've learned while stitching was that my frame of mind is very much built around goals. I want to make a pair of trousers. And if I find that that goal is unachievable due to the limited time I have, I will give up on that creative idea. But as I was stitching, I got hit with the realization that I am working on a bag. I'm not making a bag. I don't even know when I'm gonna finish this bag. But right now, I get to work on a bag, and it is actually about the working, about the making that gets me excited. And I need to make it in my mind, not about the goal, but about the process. So those are a few little lessons that I've learned. And I want to finish this video with a bit of an encouragement to anyone watching here to not compare. Please don't compare your circumstances to my circumstances. Even for me, this week was a challenge. Like, this does not look like a normal week for me. I don't get to do anything artsy-fartsy every day. I just don't. I'm too tired. I'm too busy. I've got other commitments. Okay? So first of all, don't compare to me. And don't compare to anyone online, because everyone's journey looks different. You might compare yourself as a mom to someone who has no kids, and your times are gonna look different. So please just look at your season and understand, okay, this is my season, and let's just see the pockets of time I have in my season. Maybe I only have 10 minutes a week. What can I do with that 10 minutes a week? And just to encourage you, seasons change. There was a time when my daughter was not sleeping at all at night, where I was so exhausted, man. I was so exhausted. There was no time for me, or mood, or interest for me to make cute videos, or for me to sew, or for me to draw. All I wanted to do was sleep. I wanted to sleep so bad, and I wanted her to sleep so bad. And that's all I did. I was sleeping, and I was literally taking care of her and surviving. And there are seasons for survival as mothers, and there are seasons where you get to thrive a bit more. And thankfully, I have arrived in a season where I get to thrive a little bit more, and I get to sleep a lot more. Praise the Lord. But all of that say that if you're in a survival season, please do not compare yourself to someone who is in a thriving season. That will just make you feel so low and annoyed and just wishful for something else. And I am sorry that you're not sleeping right now. I know what that's like, but seasons do change. Children do sleep. You get more time. You get more mental capacity. And hang in there, but don't compare. I am rambling right now. I hope you've enjoyed this video. You know what? Stick around, please. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.